Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to another video. And I'll be going over the trades I took yesterday and the trade I took today. So please, if you haven't watched the prior pre-market analysis videos, I'll link it to this video right here so that you get to know the detailed picture of what is actually happened. Okay, so on Euro USD, all the trades was on Euro USD. So yesterday during the New York session, I took this sell right here. Why? Yesterday I said that either price will use this demand to distribute into this supply for the supply to help the bearish movement to then either invalidate this demand to find next demand. All right. But during session, price wasn't even near to the supply right here. Okay. So what I saw happening was I saw that. So this is what I saw. Okay. So rise before the New York session, okay, there was this 15-minute supply right here, all right? And when I checked on the 5-minute time frame, I saw that this 15-minute supply created invalidated this demand right here, okay? So if price invalidates a demand, we are highly likely to find another demand next. Though price found this demand, but my understanding told me that there was still some volume here for price to distribute to a demand, and then that demand will decide the fate of the bearish move. Okay, so I ended up closing a 1:3 on this one. I ended up closing a 1:3 on this one. And also today, this landing session, just an hour or 2 hours ago. So what was the idea behind this trade also? So as I said, price was to find volume right here to then distribute into a demand to invalidate either this demand and look for another demand. Okay, so when I came to the market, I saw that the 1 hour was inside this demand zone right here. All right, and when I went down to the 15-minute time frame, I saw that price had invalidated this demand right here. Okay, it had invalidated that demand and created the supply right here. And when I went to the 5-minute time frame, I saw that this 15-minute supply created on the 5-minute time frame, we broke this demand right here. Okay. And it was actually in confluence with the 15-minute demand invalidation. Okay. So then I said that if I'm actually looking for price, if what I said actually came to pass, and I'm actually looking for price to continue the bearish trend, then it wouldn't be a pain if I risk at this supply right here. Okay, so I decided to risk this entry. Every trade is a risk. If you don't decide to risk, you can never get the perfect entry, or you can never make profit, because you never know the perfect you never know the perfect decision or the perfect entry in the market. Okay, so I took the entry in this 15-minute supply, and then I closed a 1:3 on this second entry also. So that's how I made the 5RR. So what is Euro USD currently doing? Since we keep invalidating demands and price keeps heading downward, then the probability for Euro USD before the New York session or during the New York session is to invalidate this demand right here, invalidate this demand also, and then look for another demand. Okay, and also either price will retrace into this 1 hour supply right here. Either will retrace into this 1 hour supply right here. Okay, for price to then continue the bearish move, or this supply right here will decide if the bearish move wants to continue or not. Okay, so on Euro USD still bearish. On XAU USD, yesterday I said price might either use the supply, either invalidate and get to the supply to then give a move to meet a demand, and then the demand will decide the fate of it. So yes, price ended up doing the same thing. Actually didn't validate this supply, but then also reached out to this supply to then give the distribution back into this demand right here. And this demand is currently invalidated. Okay, so price currently giving the impulse or trying to give the impulse from this demand sitting right here. Okay, so high probability either gold price will retrace into this H1 supply right here. Okay, maybe this supply will help continue the bearish move, or price will go up, create a demand, with fill the demand and use that demand to give the volume into this supply to then decide if the bearish move will continue or not. Okay, or we might still invalidate this low right here to then continue the bearish move. Okay, so we anticipate and wait for perfect setup inside our area of interest. Okay, so this one has been invalidated. This one is the current. So when we go to BTC USD, sorry, let me mark this right here. Okay, so it's actually a demand created when the H1 touched a demand. Okay, yes. So when we go to BTC USD yesterday, I said it's either we invalidate this to continue the inner structure, a new bearish move to fill sell side liquidity to then continue on bearish, to then continue bearish. Okay, price ended up invalidating this demand right here. Hasn't invalidated this low yet, but yes, price is currently overall BTC USD is bearish, and inside this lower low and lower high, price has created an inner bearish structure, okay, creating a new sell side liquidity. So price is currently sitting or giving an impulse from this supply right here, and has already found a demand right here. So already found a demand right here. So what price can do is price has then touched this supply. Yes, so it's either the bearish move will continue from this supply where price has currently touched to then invalidate these lows right here, or price will invalidate this supply right here. If price invalidate this supply, we are still in a sell side liquidity. Price will look for another fresh supply to then try to give an impulse from, and that impulse will be to a demand, and that demand will decide if the sell side movement will continue or not. So yes, BTC USD currently bearish. XAU also bearish. Yes, XAU is bearish inside the sell side liquidity. Okay, and EURUSD also bearish. Okay, we didn't invalidate this high right here. So yes, XAUUSD is also bearish. And also what helped my entries today, my trade today and yesterday, was the news. Yesterday I told you there was news. So let me show you. So this was the news that helped my entry. You see, EURUSD ended up doing not good. So the Euro ended up doing not good. So EURUSD had a high probability of selling. Okay. So I was also in a bearish trade. So price ended up giving me that additional confluence to be confident with my trade. And also with yesterday, this news right here gave me the volume to hit TP right here, because USD on the first news, USD wasn't doing good, so USD had a probability to buy. But the second news ended up USD ended up doing good, so USD had a high probability to continue the bearish move. So it also helped me hit TP, and immediately when TP was triggered, price then reversed into the overall move. So yes, that is it for this video, and thank you all for watching my video once again. I'll be very happy and very grateful if you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You can tell me what I can do to improve my video, what you want to know, so that you can maybe learn something better from my videos. Anything, you can let me know and I'll work on it. Thank you once again, and see you in the next video. Peace out.